Today we're going to talk about cruise price comparisons. So the other day I was on my way home from a cruise, sitting in the airport, and as conversation does, it turned to cruises. And I was sitting next to a gentleman who had just also gotten off of a cruise, and he was saying that maybe for his next cruise he'd like to try a different cruise line. So he was sitting there on his phone checking out all the different cruise lines, and he was asking my opinion about one different cruise line versus another and what might be a good deal. And I, also made sure that he knew that I was a travel advisor. And I had my laptop out anyway, dealing with a different quote for another customer. And this gentleman turned to me and he said, "Wow, I think this is a really good price. What do you think?" Now, I have to say that is one of my least favorite things, and I think that I have put this on here before. Without knowing a lot about what a cruise is that you have chosen, I can't really give you what a ballpark a good price would be. First of all, a good price is really subjective. What is it that you're looking for? What is important to you in a cruise? But in this case, since we had been talking, I kind of knew what he was looking for, and I didn't know what itinerary he was looking at. But for a 7-day cruise, the price was pretty good. And he said, "Well, I get a great discount through my work, and I don't think that I could book with anybody else because this discount is just too good to pass up." So, of course, since I already had my laptop open, I asked him for a few more details about that cruise, and I was able to go on to my different travel agent website and see what kind of a price I could have gotten him for that very same, what he believed to be, deeply discounted fare. Now, you can probably already tell by my tone that the price that he had, although it was a good price, was not the deeply discounted fare that he believed it to be, simply because his employer told him that he had discounts with travel doesn't mean that the price he got was particularly great. So I looked up the exact same cruise on the exact same date, exact same ship, apples to apples, everything so far. And actually the price that he had on his discounted site was the exact same price that I had on my site. So I let him know that yes, it was indeed a good price, but he wasn't receiving any kind of a special discount. It was at that point that I also asked him, I said, "Gee, when I look at my price, I see that I have some special benefits that I could offer you. So does your price on your website give you a dedicated host or a welcome reception with canapes, pass hors d'oeuvres, and cocktails for free?" He didn't see any of that on his discounted site. And then I said, "Well, there's also an onboard credit offer that goes along with this. Do you have that on your site?" He did not. I said, "And do they give you a dedicated cruise travel advisor who you can ask your questions and get immediate answers, who can remind you about deadlines and other fun things that you might want to be doing?" He did not. And then it was when I saw that this particular voyage that he had looked at was what I call a distinctive voyages cruise, meaning that through my connections with Travel Leaders Network, that I could have offered him, had he booked with me, an exclusive, complimentary port adventure. Now, I wasn't able to see what that port adventure would have been. It was a little too far out. Thankfully, he was indeed booking into the future. But at any rate, port adventure, shore excursions, those can cost you hundreds of dollars per person. So the question becomes, how was his discount? So let's review. Should this gentleman decide to book that cruise through his employer's discounted website, here are the things that he would be missing out on. Would he be missing out on actual cruise fare price? No, the pricing was the same on both ways to do it. But what he would be missing out on is he would be missing out on the dedicated host. He would be missing out on the welcome reception, hors d'oeuvres, cocktails for free. He would be missing out on the services of an amazing travel advisor, and he would not have a contact in order if he had questions or missed a deadline or needed some more information in general about his trip or what there was to do not only on the ship itself, but in his ports of call. And then he would certainly be missing out on that complimentary port adventure shore excursion, and he would not even have access to purchase that because it would be exclusive only for people that booked through a Distinctive Voyages travel advisor. So I think that we can see, and onboard credit. There was an onboard credit offer as well. So I think that we can see that just because you find something online and it looks like a great price, that doesn't mean that it's a good value. So we need to be sure that we are comparing not only the price, but what goes along with it. So if you would love to explore, even if you think you've already found the perfect cruise online, please reach out to me. Not only can I offer you my services, but I could be able to offer you something even better, a good value for your vacation dollar. So please reach out, text me, DM, leave a comment down below. Please like and share this video. It does help me for more people to be able to see my videos. Send me an email at brenda@adventurewaytravels.com and let's get you the most value for your vacation dollar.